I'm delighted for this next section that we are joined by Amelie Bowler. Now, Amelie, you are our special guest today, and you get to do a very special challenge. You are going to be interviewing George Russell. How are you feeling right now?
Very excited and nervous.
Well, there's no need to be nervous. Do not worry. We will look after you. Just tell me a little bit about yourself. How old are you and why you wanted to interview George Russell?
I'm 15 in 2 days. I'm a big fan of Formula One, big fan of George Russell. Yeah, I think that he's really, really cool. And I hope that, I can ask him some good questions.
Just tell me, the likes of like Lando Norris and George Russell and Lewis Hamilton, how important do you think it is for you as a fan to have people who are British that you can relate to, I suppose?
It's really, really cool. I mean, Lewis is winning world championships and he's winning so many races, and I think it's amazing that he represents this country, and I think it's really cool. Same with Lando, he's an amazing driver. And yeah, it's really, really nice to see people who represent our country.
And how have you found this season? Because it's been a little bit crazy, hasn't it? Since we started at the beginning of July, it's just been race.
Really has been, yeah. I mean, we started the season really, really well. I mean, Lando was on the podium. It was really cool. Honestly, it's been a bit of a roller coaster so far, but yeah, can't wait to see the following races.
Well, we should get George up on the line and have a chat with him.
How you doing?
Hi.
You all right?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good. I hear it's your birthday next week, is it? This week?
2 days.
2 days.
It's on Wednesday.
This is your big birthday present or not?
I've just opened it. I was racing duck. I've got sunglasses.
Very nice, very nice.
And the mask.
Of course.
Very cool.
Now, Amelie, you're coming on to do us a favour, which is to basically grill George and, ask him some really tough questions, because this is the Silverstone Podcast and it's a technology and education sort of special episode. So we thought, what better than to learn from yourself about how to do good interviews, and also from George, how to really channel your answers and think it all through.
Okay.
I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous, Amelie. Don't be nervous, George.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
You should be.
Yeah.
Amelie's going to be a Rottweiler. She's going to be terrifying.
I'll try.
Bad ideas.
So I'm going to disappear and I'm going to come back in about 10 minutes when I will see how you're doing. But if you need any help, then I'll be listening.
Are you actually disappearing, or you're just muting yourself?
I'm just going to mute myself.
Okay.
I'm not actually going to really disappear. But I'm going to stop my video and put myself on mute. Okay. And then Amelie, it's over to you. So you feeling happy?
Yep, I'm good.
George, are you happy?
As happy as can be.
Okay, in that case, I'll go away.
All right, let's do this.
Oh, hello, hi. I'm a big fan, so thank you.
Pleasure.
Right.
Pleasure.
My first question: if you had to choose one track to race at for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Probably Silverstone, because it's got the whole package of amazing track. Obviously, being British, the fans there. Obviously, we didn't have them this year, unfortunately, but the fans are incredible, and it just gives you such a buzz. From the first moment you come into the circuit. If you've never been before, you've got to go. So, Silverstone without a shadow of a doubt.
Cool, thank you. If you could design your ideal Formula One car, what 3 features would it have and what colour would it be?
Loads of downforce, loads of power, and me driving it. I guess that can count as one. Colour, I don't actually have a favourite colour, bizarrely. My helmet is a mixture of red and blue. Probably, maybe blue. maybe there's a bit of red out there, isn't it? Don't want to get mixed up with Ferrari.
Yeah, I know. Right. What's been your favourite moment this season so far?
That's a tricky one. I guess probably the camaraderie of everything that went down during lockdown with the guys, with Alex, Lando, Charles. That was loads of fun, something different. It was, even though it was tough not racing, we sort of made it fun, and I really enjoyed it. Obviously, because I won as well, which is always a bonus. But yeah, apart from that, just obviously getting back racing, because for once I actually thought, or at one moment I thought we may not actually be racing at all this year, and that was just such a weird feeling. So just jumping back in the car in Austria was a great feeling.
Thank you. If you could change one rule in the Formula One rule book, what would it be and why?
Oh, that's a tricky one.
I love this question. I couldn't wait to ask it. I'm like, what's it going to say?
There's so much potential here that my mind's going a bit blank, really. Yeah, maybe just one race a year. Any drivers called George, they've just got to let them go and just let them win the race. Just maybe.
Nice.
Yeah, I think would be a great one, to be honest.
Cool. Do you have a party trick?
No, I don't think I do. I don't party that much, in all honesty.
Me neither.
The times that I have, I've probably consumed a little too much alcohol to maybe forget any party tricks that I may have shown in the early hours of the morning. So I'll have to pay attention next time, if there will be a next time in years to come, probably.
Yeah.
All of this is out of the way.
I know. Do you get starstruck when you meet famous people in the paddock?
I probably did 3 or 4 years ago. I remember bumping into Brad Pitt in the BRDC building at Silverstone for the MotoGP in 2015.
Wow.
And I was just shocked to see him in there. And everyone was like trying to take photos and this, and it was a bit embarrassing of everybody trying to take these photos. So I decided to be a little bit sneaky and pretend I was on the telephone, but actually my camera open. So I was on my phone and just sort of looking and just took a photo like that. So I might just quickly look here, because I think I might have this, have the photo here. So that was probably the last time I was starstruck as such. I mean, I didn't even realise it was him. It was only when I noticed everybody taking photos of him, I thought, okay, here we go. Hang on.
Awesome.
So,
that's really cool.
Yeah, that was it really. But not anymore.
Awesome, thank you. Who's your favourite artist? Like music, what's your favourite artist?
I go through phases. Probably a bit of Ed Sheeran. Really can't go wrong. He's always there, and love his music. So yeah, probably Ed Sheeran.
I love Taylor Swift. I love her music. So, what do you want to have achieved in 10 years' time?
Oh, well, I mean, the obvious one is, becoming a Formula One world champion, which obviously along the way would mean victories and what have you. But I think it's just being satisfied and happy with where you are in your life and what you're achieving, really. I think Formula One is very tricky. Everybody's in very different situations. If you're in a car that's right at the front of the grid or in a car that's at the back of the grid, I think it can be incredibly stressful and mentally tough in any position, really. And I think it's obviously everybody wants to win, but you've got to enjoy what you do and you've got to be happy. So I think a mixture of those two.
Okay, thank you. Inspired by your PowerPoint skills, do you have any other hidden talents?
I mean, I didn't realise PowerPoint was a talent of mine. I mean, when I did IT, probably wasn't my best subject. So I maybe do have a few hidden talents out there that I've just yet to discover, really. I learned to juggle during lockdown, which was fun. I guess I can go into the party trick book as well.
Yeah, nice.
That's about it, really.
Cool. If you had a time machine, what moment in your career would you go back and do differently?
Yeah, it's tricky. Probably a few, to be honest.
Yeah.
A few. But saying that, I guess every moment has led me to where I am today, and you learn from your mistakes and what have you. So, you know, I've done things wrong when I was younger and probably upset people and made unnecessary enemies, let's say, when I was karting, probably, or maybe made wrong decisions when doing whatever, talking with engineers, or the way I've handled certain situations. So, you know, I've done many things differently if I wanted to be a perfect human being, but maybe I wouldn't have learned what I have from that. So I'm not in a bad position at the moment. So yeah, probably, like I say, if I wanted to be perfect, I'd change a lot, but I'm happy with where I'm at the moment.
Well, thank you very much. I finished all the questions.
My pleasure. No, thank you very much. I was a bit nervous with some of them, but I think it was good. And I think it would be Jenny needs to watch out. You may be taking her job in a few years' time.
Yay!
I always feel threatened whenever anybody young is on this, because I always think they do such a better job. They just ask better questions because they're not old and cynical like us.
The youngsters are taking over, Jenny.
Yeah, exactly. Amelie, thank you so much. George, thank you so much for your time. George, have you got any words of wisdom to give to people who want to get into the industry, whether it be in engineering or in media or as a driver like yourself?
I think, you know, in life, you've always got to give it 110%. You've got to persevere. I think for me, that was a massive lesson I learned during lockdown, actually, with the virtual Grand Prix that I started off, and I was rubbish. I was miles off the pace. I was getting frustrated, annoyed. And to be honest, I was ready to pack it up, but I just persevered. I kept going, and suddenly I became pretty decent at it. And it was even more rewarding. So I think motorsport is difficult in all aspects. You know, you've got the best of the best from drivers, engineers, mechanics, journalists, people in the marketing department. So it won't be easy. We just got to work hard, and yeah, it will come.
Amelie, are you just a big F1 fan, or do you see yourself working in F1 in the future? I'm a big Formula One fan, yeah. I have actually looked at jobs in Formula One and everything. I love karting. There's a place in Exeter near where I live that I love going there. But yeah, I love it.
Pursue your dreams.
Yeah, absolutely. George, thank you so much for your time. I'm going to keep Amelie, but we will say good luck for the forthcoming races. It's going to be fast and furious, I think.
Absolutely. No, thank you very much, and nice to meet you, Amelie.
Lovely meeting you too. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Bye.
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 How was that?
It was really, really fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
A bit of an unexpected birthday challenge.
Yes. Yeah, no, really nice birthday present. Yeah, it was really, really nice speaking to him.
I'm so glad you were able to chat to him. What was the most interesting thing you think you learnt from your time talking to George Russell?
I think the most interesting thing was that he kind of met Brad Pitt. I wasn't expecting that, honestly. But that was really fun to hear and everything. That was really good.
And do you come away thinking, oh, actually, he's just a normal person, or do you still think he's kind of amazing?
Amazing. Honestly, yeah. No, yeah, he's really, really awesome.
Ah, that's amazing. Well, Amelie, thank you so much for asking George your questions and giving him a good grilling. And they were brilliant questions as well.
Thank you very much.